Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends and subscribers. This is Mahmoud Sheikh, and from past few videos I am working on a tutorial series of learning AngularJS. In this video I'll be going to discuss about one of the important concept of AngularJS, which is routing. How we can implement routing. Where routing is basically is just setting up your URLs whenever you click any link in your HTML page. Okay, here you can see I have three links. I have set three links on my page. So whenever I click on this about page, so you can see a different template or partial template gets added with a name code where it's showing a title as about page. If I click on contact, then contact page or the partial template related to contact gets fetched out, and if I click on home, home page or a partial template related to home page gets fetched out. Okay, so here I have not created different HTML pages. Instead of that, I have created different partial templates, and I'm calling those partial templates whenever I click on any of this link. Okay, so if I delete the title, and if I leave it as blank, and now if I click on enter, then it will take me to the home tab. Okay, now I'm on my contact tab, a contact page. If I delete and press enter, then I will redirect to my home page, partial template of home page. Okay, so in this video we'll be going to learn how we can implement the routing mechanism. Uh, all this simple application has been done using routing. Routing allows us to respond our application to different URLs. Okay, so it allows us to set different URLs. So what happens when a user click on this link? What happens when hash slash about link will be there? Then it will show me about page. What happens when the user types contact, then it should redirect it to contact page. Yeah, this kind of mechanism will be achieved with the help of routing. Okay, so for that, first we need to go to our editor. Okay, here first we need to download Angular route and angular.js files, and then you need to use those files, link those files inside your editor. And yeah, before that you need to create an ng app and set the name of your app. Okay, this should be the first thing you need to do when you are creating your AngularJS application. You need to set your app, and you need to set that app on the root, on the topmost element of your HTML page. Okay, here I have set my app ng app directly to my HTML page, and then I have linked my angular.js and angular route.js file. Okay, so with in order to get the functionality of routing like this, responding to different URLs, you need to use angular route.js. Okay, you need to pass this angular route, or sorry, you need to if you use this angular.js files, then only you will be able to implement routing mechanism. Okay, as I already said in my previous tutorials, that Angular application is made up of different modules, and it requires those different modules whenever they are needed in the application. Here I am using a different module with the name called as ng-route, and I am passing that ng-route as a dependency injection inside this array. Okay, first of all, we need to create a module. As I have said in my previous tutorials, I have already discussed how to create a module and controllers in my previous videos. First of all, you need to create a module. The way of creating a module is you need to type where app equals to angular.module, and it takes two parameters. One is the name of your module, and this name of the module and the app should be same. Okay, these two should be same, comma, inside second parameter. If you are working with routing mechanism, which we are doing right now, then you need to pass ng-route. You need to use ng-route as a dependency injection inside this array. If you are not dealing with the routing mechanism, then you have to leave it as blank. Okay, so since this tutorial is completely based on routing, then I must use ng-route as a dependency injection inside my array. Okay, and then we need to use your app name dot config. Okay, we need to use an anonymous function, and inside that anonymous function we need to use route provider, then dollar route provider dot. Now we need to set our URLs. Okay, what should happen whenever a user tries to type hash slash here hash slash home? What happens when user tries to type hash slash about, and which template needs to be displayed when a user types hash slash contact? Okay, so all these different validations we need to do here inside our config. So first URL that I am going to set is forward slash, and then comma brackets, and then inside this you need to type template URL, and you need to pass that template URL. We need to mention the name of the template which you want to load whenever your URL ends with the forward slash. So I will be template slash home.html. Okay, we need to create a file with a name called as home.html inside our folder templates. Okay, so first we need to create a folder with a name called as templates, and inside that folder we need to create an HTML file with a name called as home.html. Okay, once you have created that file and we have we have set that home.html file to our template URL, so that whenever the URL here ends with the forward slash, I want to load my home page. Okay, home.html page. This is exactly what I'm doing here. Okay, so and controller, second is the controller. You want to tell which controller needs to be loaded whenever user types forward slash on the URL bar. Okay, I want to load home controller. Okay, now we need to create another route to tell whenever what happens whenever user tries to type forward slash home here. Okay, if user tries to type slash home, then at that time which template needs to be get loaded. I want to specify that one also inside this config. So I want to load same home.html file whenever user tries to type forward slash home inside the URL bar. Okay, and the same controller, and again I will copy and I will paste this, and here I am setting another route with a name called as about. Okay, now I'm telling here if the user tries to type forward slash about here, then it should take that user to about page, or about page partial template should get loaded. So okay, here I should change it to about.html, and here it should be like about controller. Okay, now we need to create another file inside our templates folder with a name called as about.html. Okay, now again we need to create another route for our contact. Here contact. Okay, here now I'm saying whenever a user comes to our site and types forward slash contact, then it should take that user to contact page. So for that I have created another route, and inside the template URL I am creating a file with a name called as contact.html. Okay, here the controller should be contact. Okay, and I will create another file with a name called as contact.html. Okay, now save it, and here, okay, now we have created 3 routes for our page, which are home page, about page, and contact page. Okay, now we need to use an ng view directive. Okay, so with this ng view element, all the files which we have created inside the templates will get display on the front end. Okay, so before that we need to create our controllers. So here we have mentioned the name of our controller, but we have not created them yet. So now we need to create those controllers. So to create the controllers, we need to use our module name, which is app.controller, and then we need to uh, enter the name of our first controller. Okay, so here you can see the name of our first controller, which is home controller. So whenever the user tries to type forward slash on our URL bar, or slash home on here in this URL bar, then it should take that user to home.html, which is controlled by a controller called as home controller. Okay, so now we need to create that controller. So copy and this, then paste it here, and then comma, and we need to create an anonymous function, and to that anonymous function we need to pass our scope object. Okay, and then with the help of that scope object, I'll be passing a message to my home partial template home page. Okay, let's see, home page. Okay, so with the help of the scope object and its property home page, I am setting the title as home page to this home page property of scope object, and I will be passing that home page to my home.html. Here I will use h1, and with the help of binding expressions I'll be displaying that message. Okay, home page right now. Okay, now similarly we need to create two more controllers. For one is for about, and another one is for last one, which is contact controller. Okay, here I will change it to about, and here I will change it to contact. Okay, now I have created all my routing, and inside those routing I have mentioned the name of the HTML templates that gets loaded whenever user click on these links, and I have also specified the controllers that will take care of the functionality of those templates. And after that I have created these three controllers. Okay, right now I need to create a UL and li, and then we'll type home, oh sorry, then a href. Okay, home, copy this, paste a couple of times, and then change it to about, and then contact. Okay, now we have created our home, our index page list where I can show these three links to my user. And now we need to type #/home. Okay, here we need to enter the name of our page names, which we have mentioned here. These names, home, about, and controller should get, these titles should be same whatever we mention here. Okay, about, copy this, paste here. Okay, I hope you understand. These home, about, and contact where labels should be same whatever we have mentioned here inside our routing. Okay, once we are done with that, we need to uh, go to here, home. Okay, we need to just, let's go to our project. Our project name is Angular, so I'll go to 127.0.0.1 slash Angular. Okay, I'll hit enter, and then it will showing me three links. Here, let's see. Okay, here one extra Angular bracket. Now save it and refresh. Okay, now if I click on home page, let's see. Okay, nothing is displaying. Let's right click on the page, and then click on inspect. Okay, here we are having some errors. Okay, the server responded with the status 404. Okay, failed to load templates / home.html. Okay, here the folder name is not is incorrect. Copy and then rename paste it. Okay, enter. Okay, now let's refresh it again. Okay, now I can't see those errors. Let's click on this link. Okay, now you can see it's loading the home partial template. If I click on about, it's not loading anything. Actually, it has loaded that about.html partial template, and here also it has loaded that contact.html partial page. Since I have not written anything in those pages, that's why I'm not displaying anything. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here. I'll change it to about page. Okay, I'll change it to about page. I will just copy this. I'll paste it here. I will change it to contact page. Okay, now let's refresh. And if I click on home link, it's showing home page. And if I click on about page, okay, let's clear the cache. Okay, click on browsing data. Okay, now I refresh the page, and if I click on about, okay, it's not showing. Okay, home page, about. Okay, here. Okay, here I have not changed this about and contact. Okay, now if I refresh, if I click on home, I'll get home page. Home page partial template gets loaded, which is this, which I have created inside this templates folder, and I have linked this HTML home.html here inside my route. So whenever the path name is set to /home, or simply the path name is /, then it's loading home.html partial template, which is this. Okay, because I have set that rule inside my routing here. Whenever the user tries to enter /, then home.html template partial template gets loaded, which is present inside this templates folder here. Okay, and that functionality is taken care by the home controller, which I have created here. Okay, and once that controller gets called, home page title is been which was set to the home page property of the scope object, gets passed to home.html page here, and that message is displaying on the page. Okay, similarly, when a user tries to type /home on the page, on the web page, like this, then again it's loading the home.html partial template, because I have told it to do so by typing in that template/home.html URL to the template URL and controller as home controller. Okay, and whenever user tries to type about /about, then it's loading about.html partial template, which is this, and I have set that here inside the routing. Whenever user tries to type /about, I have told it to load about.html with the help of the controller called about controller. And whenever at the end user or anyone tries to type /contact, then it's loading the contact.html with the help of contact controller. Okay, now at the end, whenever user tries to type anything which has not been mentioned, which has not been set in this routing. Okay, here you can see I have set few rules, like for, what happens when the user tries to hit /, and what happens when the user tries to enter /home, and what should happens when the user tries to enter /about and /contact. Okay, so what should happen if the user has entered anything which has not been mentioned in this routing? Okay, so for that we need to use otherwise at the end. Okay, otherwise redirect to forward slash redirected to this. Okay, here I have mentioned this route. Okay, so here you can see I have set the routing. What should happen when the user tries to enter forward slash home forward slash about and forward slash contact. I have set the routing mechanism for all the rules, for all the scenarios. Okay, if what happens if the user tries to enter, like, okay, I will just delete this. Okay, save it. Okay, now I will type like service. Okay, which is not present. I have not created a tab. I have not created a partial page with the name called as service here inside my project. So whenever the user tries to type any page name which is not been created in your project, so at that time also you want them to redirect it to your home page. Okay, for that, okay, for that I have used otherwise redirected to forward slash, and whenever forward slash means this path. Okay, home.html will get called. Okay, now if I refresh, you can see home page has been called. So this is how we can build a functionality for routing. This is how we can use ng route as a dependency injection, and with the help of this angular route.js file we can create a routing mechanism by which we can call different partial templates whenever user click on different links on your home page. Okay, so I hope you like this video. I hope you got some useful information out of this video. I hope you understand or understood the concept of routing in AngularJS. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel, click on like button, share it with your friends, and I will see you guys in my next video where I'll be discussing about services, what are services, how to use services, and how we can call how we can call service, and what is the advantage of using services with the help of the same example which I have created now, which is the routing. I will try to explain you how we can use services in my next video. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys.